Oh my god, long time no speak. Welcome everybody, and I know you're seeing Ratchet and Clank in the background again, but that is because it is time for the review I promised. I don't know how long ago I made the video. Time seems to mesh together when you're out in the field for at least 8 hours of the day. So, I apologize for anything, and I apologize for the lack of energy that is in this video. I am extremely exhausted. I just got back from detasseling, or aka my work, about an hour and a half ago, so I am extremely exhausted. I've been up since 5:20 in the morning, when usually I go to sleep at that time. So it's kind of a big difference. But anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to review Ratchet and Clank. So, what you guys may or may not know is that this game is a reboot, but it's a game about a movie that the movie's based on the game. That's what it proclaims. It's the game based on the movie based on the game. The older games in this game are dramatically different, and there's one reason that it's dramatically different, and that is because the older games are all rated T, and this game is rated E. But that's just because of the movie. The movie was geared towards a demographic of younger children, which that sort of ruined it for me, and I had no motivation to see the movie, but now I decided Ratchet and Clank was my childhood favorite game, the ultimate game I grew up with. When I first got my PlayStation 2, these are the games I played for hours and hours and hours on end. So, I figured, it's only $35 used, I have money left, I just got my check, I'm gonna go pick this game up. So I picked it up and I had a blast. This game was a lot of fun. I feel like it was a good return to form game-wise. But then again, the game's never really changed that much, but everybody was worried the game was going to play dramatically different because of the movie. Now, there is a lot of things different. I mean, playing different and being different are two different things. I know I said different a whole lot there. So, sorry about that. But, so being different is, what I mean by that is just, we'll take Dr. Nefarious as the example. Dr. Nefarious in the old games was a robot. And the green part was just his mechanics, like his brain. And from what I remember in the older games, I don't remember anything bad happening to him where he had to make that transition. All I remember is him always being the old Dr. Nefarious. But in this one, they gave him flesh, like his huge green, like basically his armor and his body that we all know him as is the huge boss battle at the end of the game. And so basically, it's all really cosmetic differences and just kind of how the characters act, that's different. But other than that, the game's relatively played the same. But I think the best part about playing this, if you're an old school Ratchet and Clank fan, you played on the PlayStation 2, back in the early days of Ratchet and Clank, you're going to really find a lot of joy playing this game, seeing all the really old characters. But the one character, I don't know why, she was always my favorite female character, Sasha. She, in the third game, in the third canon game, and there's like a lot of side, but 1, 2, and 3, the third game, Up Your Arsenal, she was the pilot of the Phoenix, which you have the Phoenix in here, but it's already given to the Galactic Rangers, but Sasha's nowhere to be found. There's a similar character named Cora, which actually looks extremely like another character that I cannot for the life of me remember her name, but I just remember that her name was never Cora. They almost look identical. So, what I mean is just, if you're an older player, you're going to really like seeing the older characters, but you're also going to hate how some of them are homage to, when they obviously should be. Because this is basically, number one, the first Ratchet and Clank, some of the second one Going Commando, and all put into a movie, and then they made a game about it, and made the movie playable. So, this game definitely gets an A+ in graphics. This game has insane graphics, but it's really weird. When you're recording, if you're ever going to make a Let's Play, please cut the cutscenes out. Now you might wonder, well, that kind of ruins the purpose. Everybody likes to play and make Let's Plays because of, especially with the cutscenes, hear the reaction to it. Well, the PS4 kept telling me gameplay recording stopped, and then gameplay recording continues, and the cutscenes, and I finally figured it out. Their actual cutscenes are from the movie, just ripped straight out of the movie. and they look phenomenal. Don't get me wrong. The movie has some great CG in it. It's beautiful. The movie's great. You know, they even put, you know, little details in Ratchet's fur moving. And so and then you get into the actual game. The stuff that wasn't in the movie, but they have to make it work for the game, you know, that's where they actually it still looks good, but the mouth movements and the character movements, it's like you're playing on the PS2 again. I don't know if that was intentional or not, or if that was just, you know, they weren't that skilled, because I'm pretty sure the Insomniac team is not the same Insomniac team we all know and love, but they did a really good job. So, story-wise, if you're going into this alone, you've never played any previous Ratchet and Clank game, and you have a PS4, it's worth the play. You know, I don't know if I would go out to the extent and own it, but because you can beat it in a day. I was playing on the hardest difficulty. I beat that in 2 days just because I had to go to tasking. I would have beat it in 1 day, and then I played through the challenge mode on the hardest difficulty. It wasn't too much harder, but I just loved going through. I ended the game with almost 50 million bolts, just going through, grinding out, collecting everything, got every objective, got every bolt, every golden bolt, as you saw, because I unlocked everything in the museum. So, it's a pretty entertaining game if you are an old school fan and you just like going through playing everything, but I'm a completionist, so that's kind of why I bought it, so I can keep doing this stuff. But if you're an old school fan, you just want to play it, see how it turned out, just rent it, go to like Family Video, take it for 7 days. You can beat the challenge mode and the base game on the hardest difficulty, no problem. But if you're a parent, this is where this game shines. If you're a parent, this is a game that is completely clean, but stuffed with action. So if you have like 6-year-old little kids, or even if you're a kid, you know, of the age of 8, you know, no matter what age you are, and you want to get your parents to let you play, you know, your parents are a little strict, because I know some people that still have really strict parents that are even my age, 15-year-olds, really strict parents on what they play. So if your parents are strict on like blood and gore, this game is rated E, so obviously that's a plus for them, because I just know how those mindsets of parents work. But it's a really clean game, nothing naughty, nothing dirty in it, and there's a lot of good story. Really, it's just the story of the first one, and it's stuffed to the brim with action. The only time you're not really doing anything is going through the cutscenes, really. The game loads really quick, so it's not like Skyrim, because it basically is an open world. All you gotta do is jump, you get to your ship, you go to a planet, and then you're basically done loading from there. You can explore the whole planet pretty much with 0 to just very little loading time. And there's great puzzles in there. It's fun to figure them out. Sometimes I got stumped on a few of the golden bolt puzzles because I just wasn't opening up my eyes. All the gadgets are fun to mess around with. The magna boots, grind boots, jetpack, helicopter. Overall, I give this game an 8.5 out of 10 because there was some things missing from the actual story. But I think that's more of a fault on the movie. But there's also just some flaws with this game, just kind of weird things. And yeah, basically, if you played the older games, you liked them, you're going to like this one. Anyway, guys, this has been Sergeant Kodiak. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope I may have made or broke your decision. Tell me in the comment section below what you think of this game, or just by watching some of the gameplay, how you think it's cool. And yeah, hope you guys all have a wonderful day. See y'all later.